wanted to challenge me, but I love those people. They give me like the biggest tip. They're amazing. Those people. Yeah, that painting was intense.
And it looks like you did a nice representation. So the way this came together, like a lot of my stories of recently, is a wonderful tag on Instagram. You ordered some stickers of your reflection portrait, which is a self-portrait of you. What brought you to want to make stickers of yourself other than to promote Devon Rodriguez, art.com or whatever? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It was a random, spontaneous 3 o'clock in the morning idea where I was just like, oh, maybe I should make stickers of my work. I don't know what brought me to that idea, but I was like, none of these subway paintings are going to work. What's going to work? I was looking through my website. I was like, oh, a self-portrait will work. And I don't know, it was just to try something new, get myself out there. And I posted it on Instagram and I know people would ask me. So a bunch of people asked me for stickers and everyone's representing me on their laptop. It was a cool little fun random idea.
Yeah, I saw, in one of the stories, it was, someone, put you on a water bottle and that means that you're, you're out there, man. So you studied art and you mentioned that, growing up, you were really trying to find your inspiration out there, and kind of definitely, creating your own path, right? What is next for you?
I have no idea. All of those things that happened to me so far was not expected. Well, I don't know. I did always think that I was, and I don't want to sound cocky or toot my own horn, but I always assumed that I'll become something. Oh, that sounds so terrible.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like actualizing on your internal motivations, actually. It sounds like there are people that are driven, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, when we started, you said, I always wanted you, that's what you wanted to do. Yeah.
So whatever, I don't know. I don't know what's coming next. Whatever just happens, it just happens. I don't really have any plans other than just finish the next painting and the next painting, and then hopefully some people notice and some good things happen.
Right.
But next, actually, I do have a print. I've never sold prints before, but I'm starting to do it because the only way for me to grow right now, I have so many requests and so many people that want a painting from me that the only way for me to grow is just to put up the price. And then at a certain point, it's only some really rich people are going to be able to afford it. So,
right.
People ask me for prints every day so much. So,
just people hitting you up on Instagram. They're like, can you do this for me?
Yeah. And everyone's like, can you at least make a print because your originals are ridiculous, the price. So I'm like, all right.
Oh, I see. So it's not like the painting and the oil and the wood, which is
it's basically a signed poster of it. Yeah. And I mean, they're limited of you could do a limited run of 50 or 100. I'm doing 100 and I'm hoping I'm going to make an online store and hopefully, my goal is to sell out, but let's see what happens.
Right. Of course. And then you'll come up with the next idea. So you've had some really fun sort of making the rounds on media and, you're doing some artwork whenever inspiration hits, right? Even if you've got your Instagram is just this sort of really close up. How do you sort of generate these videos on Instagram when you're doing these paintings?
So I bought this iPhone holder thing and I put it I clip it onto my easel and I have it right in front of my painting. And I have to avoid, hitting it. So,
right.
So when I'm making a video, I have to paint a little differently and work around it. But, it makes a really good video and I try to make sure the lighting is good and stuff. And then I just found this random editing app called InShot that's amazing. And I sound like I'm doing an ad, but
that's okay. No, I want to know your process, because like I'm like watching this Kanye video, right? And like there's so many colors, and like why, you know, what makes you choose, other than like, especially in the news, you know, Kanye's in the news all the time, but right now, but like you have to sit down with your materials and create this thing, right? To create not just for content purposes, but you also have to express yourself a little bit. Yeah,
that video is like 6 or 7 hours just put into 1 minute, basically. So I like cut out all the slow, boring stuff. I try to put in like the funnest brush strokes, like the most satisfying thing to see. But I think those videos,
people love your extension video. They love the extension video on Instagram.
Oh yeah, they love him. Yeah, he has such a insane fan base. But yeah. Those were just like just to like show the technique, because so many people ask me like, how do I paint this stuff? And I also want to show that these are hand painted, because
correct.
I people see my paintings and they assume they're photographs, so I wanted to put something out there.
They're so photorealistic. They really are. It's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's wild. So you've had some pretty cool galleries, and you've hung on some pretty cool walls. You've had some pretty amazing, it looks like you're even, you know, like what came together when you worked with the National Basketball Players Association, right? Like that's like so high ticket. Like what was that all about?
That was also very random. There's this art gallery around my neighborhood in the South Bronx called the Compound, and they are very well connected to some big people. They're very connected to the NBA, and they just randomly contacted me like, "Hey, you want this NBA gig thing?" I was like, "Oh yeah, of course." And they're like, "All right, come in for a meeting." And then they're like, these like, I think like 20 players are gonna win an award, so we selected you for Gordon Hayward. And I don't even watch basketball, but you know, I did my research on. He was winning the best comeback player award, and they wanted to like have everyone have a painting for it. So, so they had me do that painting of him like as the best comeback player, and and I had to do it on a really tight deadline, but somehow I got it done. I didn't have to do. I painted the whole crowd, and that was like unnecessary. All I had to do was do it the size that they wanted, which I think it was 5 by 5 feet. It could have been like anything. It could have been just him in the middle of the canvas, but I wanted to like show off. And
it's an action shot. He's in the middle of a sky double-handed dunk. It's fantastic, right? Like there's so much motion.
Yeah, thank you. And then on the bottom corner is like his pass up when he broke his foot. And so he's coming back.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Or he broke his knee, I think.
And he's like, that's a story, right? Like your painting has created a really like amazing story in one, you know, like you said, 5 foot stretch of canvas.
And he's like watching himself come back and do a dunk, because I was listening to some interviews about him like being too afraid to dunk, and then he finally was able to dunk, and he like, you know, he was just excited. He was back in the game.
That's awesome. So you're saying you wanted to be a tattoo artist. You've got some tattoos there. Obviously, that's a part of your storytelling too. Of tattoos do that for you. For people who get tattoos. Do you do tattoo art for people? Do they commission you for that?
You mean like to design their tattoos? No, I mean I stick to like kind of whatever's on my Instagram, like. Like the painting stuff, but I did go through a little phase of wanting to tattoo, and I learned a bit and did some like realistic portrait tattoos and stuff like that. But I think my real passion is painting. So
there you go.
Yeah,
nice. So you're just gonna keep finding yourself in these amazing happy accidents with awesome clients like the NBA.
They're all happy accidents. It's insane. It's so insane. Like, it's crazy. One day I could just wake up and someone writes to me and like, "Oh, you wanna you wanna be in this article?" I'm like, yeah. Like, what? Why? Of course. Do it.
It's fantastic. Kudos to, I mean, you've clearly put in the study, you put in the work, you've done what you've had to do, and you're trying to create a little bit of a business around, your art, which is tough too, because an artist sometimes necessarily doesn't want to